What is up? What is up, y'all? Coming back to you today. I'm just trying to set something up real quick. I know that I missed all of like last week's stuff, but we have been going through the gigs. Life is just when is like the good year supposed to start? That's what I'm trying to figure out. When is it starting? Because I don't think mine has started yet. I mean, I thought I was seeing signs of abundance, but then they quickly went away. So I don't know. So obviously we know what the title is: The Return of Vanderpump Rules. Y'all, what did y'all think about the episode? That's what I'm ready for. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to give y'all my take, and then we'll talk about it. So I think it's really sad that James is really, I feel almost like he's more upset about what Tom did versus his breakup with Raquel. What are we calling her? It doesn't matter. And so I am just really sad about that because he really did, I mean, value his friend. He obviously valued his friendship with Sandoval, much more than Sandoval valued his friendship with James. But I wonder if he values any of his friendships at all. That's just my opinion because it doesn't really seem like he does. And we are going to talk about that Via Files thing because I did watch it. And I was just like, sir, we still haven't learned. So we see them, James and Allie, in their new house. I think that's really cute that they have a house. It's like a good starter house, I think. I think you could rent that house out later and then buy a nicer home later down the road because property is just like, I don't know, overpriced. That's my opinion about it. Then we have Lala talking to her mom. I do relate to all of those trust issues that she has because it's not cute. It's just difficult when you go through something like that and then somebody just is a complete disappointment and you had all of these high hopes and aspirations and you could see all of the potential of where the relationship could be at and then all of that just goes down the drain. It's just not fun. And the process of healing from that, you really just don't even know how long it's going to take. Honestly, you want it to take X amount of time and then, I don't know, fate, the world, the universe. I don't know who does it, but they decided that it's going to take much longer than you want it to. It's my opinion. That's my opinion and my experience. And it's not cool. We should be able to control getting over traumatic experiences at a much faster rate than the universe requires. I'm just going to say the universe because I don't know what it's called. Because I feel like I'm in my healing era as well. And I'm like, when is this going to be over? Can we just move on to the good part already? I'm over like recognizing triggers and all of this fun, not fun stuff. Or I guess not fun, but I don't know, whatever I'm trying to say. Then we see James and Schwartz. They go out to, where do they go to? I guess it was like lunch or cocktails. I don't know, happy hour, whatever they went to. This little bar thing that they went to. Tom's wearing his little Schwartz and Sandy's hat. He's like, oh, it's the first time I've worn this hat since blah, 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 blah. And I don't know why he's acting like it's been so long. I mean, I guess a couple of months is a long time to not wear a hat if that's like the hat that you were wearing every day. But I don't know why he was trying to make a big deal about it. We hear again about some apology that Tom's done to Schwartz. And I'm just annoyed. I feel like he's apologized to all these people except to Ariana. He's made all of these efforts to apologize to other people except to Ariana. And Ariana was the one who was the most affected. I mean, not that his business wasn't affected and those people weren't affected as well. Obviously they were. But Let's be real here. I do like that James told him that he's his best Schwartz when he's by himself. I do think that was good job. Good job. Just securing your position as the number one guy in the group, James. That's what you're doing. And then like the way Schwartz tried to diminish the whole stupid little like kiss thing. He's like, oh, I'm happy that I got, into a better spot with James, blah, blah, blah. And, despite my little tiny kiss, you've made out with her in the middle of whatever, this table thing that production kicked people out of, okay? I did mention this in another episode. So I do know that some people were removed from that nice table to have production film that first kiss between Schwartz, and then they ran around the corner, and then for them to be fabricating the story the whole entire time because I have listened to her stupid little podcast because I know nobody else is going to listen to it, and I was hoping for her to come out with some better things, but it just didn't happen. So it is what it is. And I do feel bad about Schwartz's brothers. I hope that they're doing better medically. Or his brother. Did you say brother or brothers? I don't remember. But I hope that they're doing better. And I would like to see Sandoval be a really good friend to Schwartz in that moment if his brothers are really going through that. Because if he's not, and I get it, but he created this own situation, okay? So I also am not that sympathetic to his malarkey. That's, he needs to be a good friend to Schwartz right now. If his brothers are sick or whatever happened, hope that they're doing better. Anyways, and then we have the James performance at Tom Tom. We see Ariana get really overwhelmed, before she gets there. Then while she's there, I feel like this was all very, very quick. And we all know that it was very, very quick because we see everybody recording her, kind of when they're wrapping that scene up, and all of those videos were all over the interwebs during that time. I like that. I do want to mention that I like how Ken and Lisa just pop in for just that one scene, just Ken carrying the dog. I don't know how this man is so iconic, but he really is. These little one lines that he delivers, it's just, I love it. I love every bit of Ken. Schwartz really, he'd be Schwartzing, man. He'd be Schwartzing. Because you see him try to make these, what you want to believe as altruistic efforts to try to communicate with Ariana. But what upsets me is, dude, you knew what you were saying about her all on camera. She just saw all of this crapola that you were co-signing with your little buddy on. And you expect her to be running to your open arms? This is ridiculous. It's completely abhorrent, in my opinion. And then when he cuts away to the confessional, he's like, "Oh, the exalted, she's an ice queen, exalted, whatever crap he said about the scorned women." And I'm just like, this is exactly why you're getting this treatment. This is exactly why. You just don't even learn. You just don't learn to be a better person. And I'm just disappointed in Schwartz. I don't know. I think maybe he's just hung around with Sandoval too much, and it's just rubbed off on him at this point. Then we see Lala run off and talk to not run off, but go and speak with Lisa, little one-on-one. And I had known, because I want to say that I'd heard it on Lala's podcast, or maybe her on somebody else's podcast or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I did hear it somewhere that she had reached out to Raquel, whatever her name is. And I didn't know that it was on camera at the time. And so now seeing it on camera, I'm not really sure how to feel about it. Because obviously on her podcast, her opinion is that it's just a setup to get her back on the show. And at first when I heard Lala reach out, I didn't know about the timing, so I wasn't sure. And I didn't want to be skeptical about it or whatever. But I don't know. I really don't know. So we'll just see what happens, I guess. That's what we're going to try to do. See what happens on this thing. Obviously, she's not going to send her another voice now. And I watched the after show, and so she clearly doesn't care to prepare things or have a relationship with her based on things that she said on her podcast. And I don't know. I haven't really heard anything that makes me sway like completely to her side. I do like that she's debunking some of the things that Tom is saying, and so we'll just see what happens as the show continues, because clearly this is what her podcast is going to be about. And we see Schwartz and Katie. Schwartz has bugs. It's gross. I wish that in that moment, Katie would have reminded Schwartz about the things that he said on camera about Ariana, and just being like, this is why she doesn't want to speak to you. You said a lot of things. You were co-signing a lot of things that, Tom said, and you knew about this, and you didn't do anything to stop him, and blah, 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 blah. So there's that. And one more thing. What else? Oh, girls' night. Freaking Lala. So she gets all of this sentiment from Ariana, which I wasn't upset about. And then I just feel like she could have waited till like the next day or something to say that she had reached out to Rachel. So I just don't know. But Katie was all of us, right? Just eating those fries. I loved her face. I loved her face at that moment. I was like, girl. And I just feel like Ariana's doing her best to move on, because she's like thrown back into the situation. She probably just wanted to stay in her house, for a few more months. I know that that's what I do. Probably not the best thing to do. I'm really, glad that she has all of these people around her to help her like move and get out and stay productive, because I'll have that shit, and that shit gets real bad real fast, and it catches up with you. So I'm glad that she has a good network of friends that help her, because I know what the other side of that shit looks like, and it ain't cute. Yeah, I know that everybody is like questioning this man and whatever, and I just don't think that we know enough about him to say whether or not he's a good guy or a bad guy or whatever. We just need to, I don't know, let it play out, I guess. Yeah, let it play out. Only time will tell. So let's talk about Vial Files real quick. He was obviously extremely late. If you've watched it, or if you haven't watched it, you can either take this like 2-minute recap that I'm going to do, or go watch it because it's quite long. He shows up incredibly late, which I thought was rude. And then when he does show up, we learned also that Anne resigned, obviously. Poor Anne. Then we have that snippet, the snippet of the preview with that poor awkward conversation where she's like, he'll get you a hotel room. And she's like, no. Which this party they're staying, like, they're that crazy where they're going on until 6 a.m. Yeah, that is unacceptable. Like, bro, come on, calm down. You're 40 years old. You don't need to be having ragers till 6 a.m. Absolutely not. It's completely uncool. So, I'm going to link I forgot. I'm going to link this video down the bottom because it's this hilarious comedian. His name is Harry Kondabolu. I would play it in my video, like a copyright strike or anything, but I'm going to put this video down in my description so you can watch it. This joke starts about 1:53 in. The whole video is only like 5 minutes long, but he does this really great joke about the devil's advocate, which I love. So I have to link this video down in the description for you guys so y'all can go watch it. I love stand-up comedy. So anyways, back to the Vial Files. Vial Files, he just kind of gets into this like little debate with is his name Nick Vial? So he just gets into it with Nick, and he's like, yeah, you were late to my podcast. I was waiting for you for like an hour and a half, and and it's like, bro, come on. I forget how many times they called him before he actually picked up the phone, but it was quite a number. It was at least 3. I want to say 5, but it was at least 3. Regardless, it's way too many. It's way too many times. I do like that Nick told Schwartz, he's like, you're loyal to a man who deserves none. I wrote that down because I was like, those are choice words. Then he comes on there and he's like, I feel like he's still trying to like, he makes it seem, because Ariana made this point, she said this during the after show. that he feels like it happened to him instead of like because of him. And I agree with that statement. I agree with the fact that she says that, because he does act that way. He acts like these things happen to him. And no, sir. They didn't happen to you. They happened because of you, because of the choices you made. Had you been an adult and ended things with Ariana, things wouldn't have ended the way that they did. And the whole internet wouldn't have erupted against you. So, whatever. And then he's trying to put it off like Raquel was this like little temptress thing doing this. This is why I'm listening to it, for the little things that she debunks that he says in his ridiculousness. The whipped cream varsity blues bikini. She didn't even know what that was. She had to go Google it or YouTube it or whatever she said. Sorry. And so she was like, that never happened. So I was like, wow. So you're just like, now you're just making things up. And the only thing that I can say about her not coming back to the show is that, one, she wouldn't really have control of what is put out there. And they would probably be, editing things and things like that. Which is really the only reason why I'm listening to her podcast. Because I don't think anybody's really going to listen to her podcast that's covering Vanderpump Rules. Or very few people are going to listen to it. And I just want to see what she says in contrast to Sandoval, because that's obviously all she's going to talk about. And the only thing I'm interested to hear. Because I know she's saying that she's taking accountability, but I don't know. It's not giving accountability. Not in my opinion. I don't know. If anybody listens to her podcast, let me know in the comments down below. I'm interested what your opinion is. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. Oh, and I'm going to try to stick to a schedule. I've thought of it, and I think that this schedule is going to be Sunday. So I can try to watch, because I like to watch like Zach Peter and see, what things come out. I like to take notes on what everybody's talking about. And I did have to take a little bit of extra time for the Vile file. So I'm going to do Sundays Vanderpump Rules. And then Tuesdays, I'm going to recap Beverly Hills and Miami to prepare for the Wednesday night episode. And then on Mondays and Wednesdays, wait, is this right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. And then on Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to post on my Undressing on Set channel. I'm going to go back to doing my recaps. They're going to be live streams, honestly, just to make my life easier. But I found my notes, so I don't have to read, because I was like, oh my God, am I going to have to rewatch all of those shows that I watched? Sorry. But I found all of my notes for all the shows that I watched, so that'll be great. I can do that. So that's it for now. I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Spread some love, peace, and joy, because there's way too much negativity in this world. And tip your servers, your bartenders, and everybody else. Have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.